I play Billy Hope, who's at the start of the movie, he's a professional fighter. He's got a perfect record, and he's basically a champ. And he comes from, foster care. Really, he was raised in the foster care system. He's an orphan, and he's done everything his whole life to fight, to get out of the system, to create a life. And he's married to Maureen Hope, who Rachel McAdams plays, and they've known each other because they grew up in the foster care system, and they have a family and a little daughter, and that's where you find him at the beginning of the movie. I think a number of things. Two things in particular appealed to me about making this movie. One was a story about having to fight the system, having to be your best self, ask yourself questions internally, dig deep, and say, how do I overcome situations that are where everything feels like it's asking me and telling me to fail. And that idea, and seeing how this character fights through all that, was a beautiful idea, and something that I thought was a beautiful part of the story, and something I wanted to tell. The other thing that was really beautiful to me about this story, and is this idea of family, and everything that you sacrifice for your family, to be a father, to learn how to be a good father, and that, to me, moved me more than anything. I mean, the relationship with father and daughter in this movie is incredibly powerful and incredibly moving. It moved me in the script, and it moves me even now when I watch the movie. I mean, the boxing in the movie is shot in a pretty extraordinary way, in that, it's shot like an HBO fight. So we shot it as realistically as possible, and as a result, because we shot the boxing so realistically, we wanted the story to feel the same way. That the connections between the characters were real, really real, that we all spent time together, that we really felt like a family, and we were connected in a deeper way than I think you kind of experience in a lot of movies. Rachel McAdams' character in this movie is the center, is the beating heart, is everything this film's about. And so when Rachel came onto the project, it was a lot about how do we create a family, a real family? How do we create this love so that it lasts and is the real heart of the movie? Her commitment, months before we started shooting, she wasn't learning how to box. She was really learning how to connect and how we could make a real connection. And so her commitment to the role was kind of incredible, given the role on screen. I mean, she inherently has this huge heart. I think that's why people love her so much. But I've never seen Rachel like this in a movie, and I think it's the best performance she's ever given. And she moves me every time I see her on the screen in this film. Yeah, well, one of the reasons why I wanted to do the movie was that, I am not yet a father, but I think the story of father and daughter is everything, and how realistic it is, and how it's portrayed in the movie was very important to me and to Antoine. And when Una first came in to do a reading, when we first read together for the role, I sort of fell in love with her as soon as she walked in the door. She was just her personality alone, before I even knew the capability of her as an actor, I felt like she was exactly the right person. My heart immediately opened up to her. And then we started acting together, and she was extraordinarily talented. I mean, she's already a Tony-winning actor at a certain age. She played Matilda on stage on Broadway. But yeah, the reality of the relationship comes from time, and comes from the ability for a child to be as honest as possible. Both Antoine and I knew that, so when she responds to me, it's not your sort of typical movie where, I'm playing the good father and she's playing the good daughter. She is rolling her eyes at me. She is furious at me. She is in love with me. She is all of those things that I think a child feels about their parent. And that's a testament to Antoine Fuqua, and a testament to how much he believed the movie was about a father and a daughter.